Jalen Milroe is a guy that's outstanding athlete. The question is, can you get a really good quarterback out of that? And take us through the article you wrote and just kind of your thoughts. You know, he'd love to work with Tommy Rees, and Tommy Rees, he was more productive the year Tommy Rees worked with him than any other year.
Sure. And that's one of the things that is in play here is the Browns obviously need at least one rookie quarterback. So if you don't get it at two, for whatever reason, you like Abdul Carter better, you like Travis Hunter better, whatever it is, then how do you find that young guy? And Milroe is certainly in that next group of guys. Jackson Dart, Will Howard. You could go through the list that you could get, late second or third round. So can you piece it together like that? That's something the Browns also have to consider. Now Milroe, the Browns will know him as well as any team in the draft because Tommy Rees spent years as coordinator, years as play caller. He knows him. And everything you hear about Milroe, he won the academic Heisman Trophy, among college football players. He's an outstanding runner of the ball. And probably does that as well as anybody does anything when you look among these quarterbacks. Does anybody throw it as well as Milroe runs? Probably not. So that's significant. Now, can he marry that with the passing ability? And he's got a big arm, but the accuracy suffers. Maybe the decision making at times still needs to be improved. Like, he needs polish as a quarterback. But when you have a big time arm and you're an elite runner, that certainly gives an NFL team something to work with and something to say, hey, if you can draft this guy at the spot you're comfortable with and maybe bring him along for a couple years, is it behind a veteran? Is it behind another rookie? Maybe you can really discover something in him. So I'm intrigued by him. I don't know where's too high to pick him, where you'd have to pick him to make sure you get him and somebody else doesn't. But the Browns will have a ton of information, and if they feel he's the kind of guy that's going to put the work in necessary, I would certainly not be opposed to taking a flyer on him. I don't know if 33 is the right spot, but if you could get him at the top of that third round, I like that.
Yeah, and the other thing, military background, which I'm sure will kind of, parents military, so it's going to be really, it'll be interesting to see what happens with him.